A super mini short, a love story inspired by chocolate.
Ooh, Yaoi review.
Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today I'm going to talk to you about Crushing Love by Ritsu Natsumizu. Alright, I shall read the back, we shall delve into it, and get into the nitty-gritty. When rich, gorgeous, and heartbroken Kiichiro Karada's ex-lover asks for a loan, he makes a bet with the man. He'll leave 5 million yen in the park with a sign that reads, "Please use freely." And if it gets turned into the police, his ex can borrow the money. If someone takes the money, Kiichiro can finally turn away the man who broke his heart. But when the first person to spot the money ends up being a handsome young man in trouble, can Kiichiro give up on his quest for revenge and fall in love once more? This collection of passionate stories includes 3 other tales of forbidden love, involving a man's servant in love with his master's son, an adorable nerd in glasses, a love letter, and some high school drama to top it all off. Indulge in lush collections of crushing love. This is published by June by DMP, and it is rated 18+. So, to start off, let's talk about the art, which remains constant throughout. Let's see, can I find some title page art really quickly? Actually, we can do that. That's really cute. This is one of my favorite scenes in the title story. It is very cute and very fun. I love the little bunny boy kind of thing. Very adorable. Overall, the art style is visually appealing. It is very pretty to look at. Each title page for each short story is kind of very beautiful and inspired, and it definitely fits the theme to each story. The art style, I would categorize it as shonen. It's very androgynous, very pretty. It does do that weird lanky kind of thing. I can't remember what the art style is called, but where people are kind of overdrawn at times, where the limbs are too long. But it's still very pretty to look at. It's not unappealing, but it's not the main thing that I loved about the yaoi. First story's plot line, that one is literally as the back says. It's a 5 million yen bet situation where we're trying to guess whether or not he can fall in love again. And it has some very cute little twisties and turns. Very good. Thoroughly liked it. Again, of course, they all end happily. I'll let you know that all of them end happy. Sometimes it's a little twisted how it works out and how it begins, but very cute. The second story, if I remember correctly, that one is, the family servant one. That one was not really a stretch, but that one seemed to inspire the next, 2 little shorts. The family servant pretty much is, the 2 boys grew up together. So the master had a maid. The maid had a son. The son and the master's son grew up together because they were the only 2 children in a house of adults, and they were best friends. And then they grew up. One became president of a company. The other one became like a PA. So it evolves kind of along those lines, but apparently he's always had a crush on him. And when I was reading this, what I thought the next story was, which is the one about an adorable nerd with glasses, I thought was just a kind of flashback moment when I read this. It didn't occur to me that it was a separate story, because even the in-between cover art for the story matches almost perfectly what the servant master story is. So the nerd with glasses and the servant master story look like they could be within the same universe with the same people. The next one after that one, a love letter. Love letter was a very good one, actually. I liked it. It was a little confusing, but the way it was written is 2 boys have been having intimate relations together. They have been going at it for a while, and the boy who seems straight, he finds a love letter in the other boy who he's been plowing, and he assumes that he has a crush and wants to end what they've been doing together, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Then the other boy, let me double check, nope. So then the other boy, who's very kind of sweet, innocent, doesn't seem to really know what's going on at all, just thinks the guy's being really weird. They have a fight, they talk it over. The boy tells him, "The love letter's for you." the instigator of the entire relationship goes, "I love you," and then they make out in the hallway of their school. And that's how that one ends. The last one, the high school drama story. Now, this one is kind of like a class story, so we get I'm not the best student in the universe, my parents aren't rich student falling in love with the top of the class whose parents are presidents of a company who has tons of money, and the first time they ever have sex, it doesn't seem like it's 100% willing, but it turns out it is. It's just the boy who's from the lower class family is kind of iffy on the entire thing because of such a huge difference between their two families. And the other boy just loves him, and they have, I don't want to call it a falling out and then a makeup, but it was kind of like a hiccup in the relationship and then they made up. They all seem to have that same sort of theme where there's a hiccup and then they make up. Hiccup, then make up. So, I mean, it's repetitious, but it was still a good read. Now, my favorite story out of all of them wasn't really even a story. So at the end of this, Yaoi, the afterthoughts section, which is about 3 pages long, is the author's notes about, so there's a page about hardware stores. There is a page about just her in general and what she thinks men think of and how things like that could be. And then the last one, 2 pages, are her explaining, well, the second, like last 3 pages. This one's explaining a type of chocolate biscuit you get in Japan that she really likes. And then this one's explaining what the biscuits inspire, which this one would be, I think she called it, this one's cookie with white cream, and this one is the all chocolate biscuit one. Her favorite is this one. And she says that they would inspire a pairing and tells us to be inspired with everyday life. This is my favorite story out of the entire thing, and it's 3 pages. All the others were really good. I read this really quickly. I read it in like 30 minutes. And, I mean, I looked at the artwork and everything. It was a good read. It was very worth it. I do recommend this, but I just liked the last little afterward note kind of thing from the author. I thought it was very cute. It was very different, and I enjoyed it. So I would give this 4 stars out of 5. I would say if you add this to your collection, it wouldn't hurt it. It helps it in a bit. It's a lot of fun. The sex scenes in it are that polite Asian kind of fluffing and softening of it all, but it's still good. Yeah, so if you guys have questions or comments, shoot them down below. Give me a thumbs up and share this with friends who like Yaoi, and I will talk to you guys later.
You like what you see? Then
subscribe!